to heaven or whatever.
The Bible don't say that though. The Bible says that there's an elect of Israel. Israelites are the God's chosen people. Can we agree with that? Can we agree with Israel, God's chosen people?
Do you know what? I'll let you guys do your thing because it's just I don't like going on cameras.
Right. You can stand over there.
But I'll say I'm coming back in a bit. I'll let you do your thing and because blessed love, yeah. Right. One love and God bless you, yeah.
Israelite love.
One love, yeah.
God's chosen. Hello, sir.
I respect you.
How are you doing today? Have you heard about World War III was coming?
No, man.
You heard about World War III? Russia, China, and South China Sea and all that? You ain't heard about the commotion that's happening?
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah?
It is going to happen. It's not a possibility. It's going to happen. Did World War I happen?
Yeah.
Did World War II? World War III is coming. The end of the Greco-Roman Empire. Because this place is wicked. Right, we're going to say all praises to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Rekakadash.
Ba'ashem Rekakadash.
Number honors the apostles and elders of great millstone. He taught us this. Yeah, he's not Esau.
Yeah,
all it takes is him. He's got, that spirit in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Salutations to the Akim, pushing the squares and truth.
Sincerity Khan.
Once again, we're out in the highways and hedges to proclaim liberty to the captives, like the Lord said. Go ye to the hedges and bid them to the marriage. Who's the marriage? Israelites, man. That's all this is about. The Bible is all about one nation, what was taken into captivity by the Edomites, our big brother, Esau. Yeah? These are the two main players in the Bible. The so-called white man and the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. What was relevant about that? Slavery. Yeah? Not only that, the Ishmaelites had us in slavery because they were the father, their father was Abraham. Yeah? But they weren't the children of the blessing. Because I've been going back and forwards with these Arabs, these Muslims, trying to claim that they're part of the covenant. Yeah? No, they're not. Hagar was cast out. God told Abraham, listen to your wife, Sarah, and cast them goddamn heathens out. And they're not part of the blessing. With Isaac shall my covenant, my blessing be. Yeah? So get me Psalms 83.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1.
Yeah?
It says here, keep not thou silence, O power,
Right.
hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh.
Right.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
Right, so it's enemies. God has enemies, and God's people has enemies. They make a tumult. A tumult is an agreement. So they made agreement after slavery, when they put us in cargo slave ships. They said, right, what we're going to do, we're going to write their memory, kill the old elders so they don't understand who they are, and then that way we'll have perpetual slavery. And they've done a very good job because our people don't know who they are. They call themselves black people and all kind of madness. And there's nothing black about us. My tracksuit top or my sweatshirt top is black, and I'm brown. You read that?
It says here, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Right.
and they that hate me, they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
Right, and they said they that hate me. So the Israelites, these 12 tribes, have nations what hate them. Not only the white people or the Chinese, all the nations hate the Israelites because they've all had us in slavery at one stage in history. You know?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So they've taken a crafty. You know what I mean? So that means they have they gather together to have crafty counsel. To right, so let's keep these blacks blind. Let's pay some niggers, some simple-minded Negroes, but create rap music, gangster rap music. Yeah? Let's give them hip-hop and all these different, what's the word I'm looking for? Distractions. Let's give them all these different distractions so they can't find out who they are. Well, the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians don't even know who they are. You have 5 so-called black people answer them, what's their nationality? They tell you I'm black, I'm a Negro. No, you're the Israelites, God's chosen. But they've been destroyed so much that they don't know who they are. And they're walking around in society just rudderless.
Thinking that they're African.
Yeah, or African. We're not Africans. Leo Scipio Africanus is a white people. So we don't come from white people. So we're just lost. That's why we're called the lost sheep. Because we don't know who we are. We're just walking around in society with our heads in our behinds. Worshipping the white man, the white Jesus. Worshipping this guy here. Cesare Borgia, the son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. So when they took us off the slave ships, they said, this is your God. Worship the white man. That's what they told us. And the white man's the devil according to the Bible. So read on.
And don't get twisted, we fought against it. Don't make them, let them think that, you know what I'm saying, because they never tell the stories of all the what's the word called? The rebellions and stuff.
Yeah.
We have to dig for that information. You know? So they'll make it seem like, oh, we just turned, you know, they just turned over and it was a new leaf. But just, no, it's because they couldn't deal with the amount of rebellions that was going on.
He was fighting.
Exactly.
Fighting.
You know, and Jake could consistently fight, but Esau, he's not gonna. He needs to make it a thing where he needs to make you believe that what do you call it? You're winning, okay, even though you're at a loss, okay, because he's the master of tricks, but Jake is the biggest supporter. So ultimately, it's the How Bashir Shah that puts us in the position of allowing us to continue.
Yeah, he told us you'll be given to your enemies because we didn't keep his commandments.
It's hard. It says here, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Right, so the white man, mainly the white man, and all these other nations took crafty counsel against us. Put us in slavery, killed our elders, so we didn't know who we are. That's a crafty counsel. Yeah, we don't.
And consulted against thine hidden ones.
Right, and the hidden ones are the Israelites, because you don't know who the hell you are. Romans 13 chapter says it's high time to awake out of sleep. Because your salvation is nearer than what you believe. Because you always believe that we're going to be slaves forever. You had the Trans-Saharan slave trade, where the Muslim Arabs put us in slavery, and you've got the Trans-Atlantic, where the so-called Caucasians, with all the other nations, the Africans, like we said, the Hamites, the Arabs. They had two digs of it, the Arabs, because remember, the Arabs made the ships for us to put what they put us in. Yeah?
That's what it says when they said they consulted. That's the thing, it was like multiple nations that consulted against us to have to put us in captivity.
Israelites, yeah.
It wasn't just one nation that was able to take us down.
So what nation had a those spots?
Exactly. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
right,
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, in Israel, they talk about when it's no more in remembrance, it's talking about the 12 tribes, the blacks, the native Indians. They don't know who they are, but there's a people calling themselves Israelis. They've stolen our identity, the blacks, Hispanics and native Indians. They've stolen it, claiming to be us. And you know what happens if you what's that, when they steal someone's identity theft. There's a punishment for that. Steal someone's identity and go around claiming to be them, you get locked up.
Because that's exactly, that's not even an identity. That's the Rothschilds, what's the word called? Tag to them. Those are tags for them. Remember, whatever our government name isn't our natural name. There's labels that you put on us. So if you steal someone else's, you're living by them.
It's a byword.
That's why they don't like it, because obviously you're basically living off that person's, right. So you're basically, you're unsolving them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it says here, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
right,
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, so the blacks, Hispanics don't call themselves Israelites, they call themselves Hispanics and black people, and that's not us, we're God's chosen, we're the Israelites. And you're going to find, these guys are going to find out the hard way, you know? When the famine comes, we've got World War, we've got pestilence, H1N1, CV19, you know? With all these pestilence coming, MERS, you know what I mean?
Apparently, I don't know if it came out in major media, but apparently C19 now, COVID-19 isn't what is it called? Declared as a national emergency anymore.
Yeah,
but
it never was.
Exactly, but it came out on a small article. It wasn't out. I haven't seen it on the news yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I saw it, I caught it quickly, and I had to save it to my Gmail.
Right.
Because they do certain things like that, little news articles. They'll bring it out, and they'll bring it out.
Yeah, they won't
so
bring
you
it
can
out on
see
BBC or something. You know, like national TV.
Yeah, they still want people. They still want people to be in that type of mindset.
Yeah, to go and get the jab still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To go and get the booster and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's about culling. It's about depopulation. That's the agenda. They're going to put that poison in them to cull the society because these guys are known as useless eaters.
That's why I say he's more subtle than any other beast in the
Right.
field.
So he's a serpent.
Yeah.
That's his modus operandi, as they say. His MO. He's a serpent. Yeah. And what do they have? What meetings do they have in the government? They have cobra meetings. Why? Because they're a bunch of snakes. You know.
Says here, for they have consulted together with one consent.
Right.
They are confederate against thee.
Right.
The tabernacles, verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom.
Right. He says the tabernacle of Edom is the number one mentioned. And who's Edom? Edom is the brother. Esau is the brother of Jacob. So let's get that. Genesis. Let's get Genesis. Hold that and get Genesis 25 and start from 21. Because these are the two main players on the earth at the moment. Because we're the ones who get our knee on our neck and killed in broad daylight. You know, like what's his name? What was that guy's name? George Floyd.
And who's the other guy that got killed by?
We're the ones who get persecuted. It's the same way Jesus Christ, a black guy, got persecuted. There's nothing new under the sun. It's the same. We're the ones who get persecuted in broad daylight. You see? Read.
This is Genesis chapter 25.
Genesis means the beginning. So, read.
Verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac.
Right. Got 19.
Yeah, because he's a forefather, isn't it?
Oh, you're going for 19, yeah?
Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac.
Right.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife.
Right, so that's the children of the promise. Abraham, Isaac, and we're going to find out the two sons that were born and which son carried on the blessing. So read on.
And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife,
Right.
the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram,
Right.
the sister to Laban the Syrian.
Okay, so the Assyrians is part of our family. It's like a distant family. That's why Jacob went to Laban, a distant relative. Because they all come from Abraham, but like we say, the chosen line is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? And they're Cushites, them guys. They're the Babylonians. They had us in captivity as well. So they got something coming to them as well. You know?
And Isaac entreated the Lord, Yahweh, for his wife,
Right.
because she was barren.
So went to a prophet.
And the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
Right, so she got pregnant. So let's see what happened when she got pregnant.
Verse 22, and the children struggled together within her.
Right, so Esau and Jacob, these two nations struggled. These are the two last nations. These are the last nations on the earth. The so-called white people and the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right, Jacob and Esau. Right, read on.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right,
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
went to a prophet.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto her,
Right.
two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right, two nations. So out of these two children are going to be two nations. But he said they should be separated. Why are they going to be separated? Because they will always be warring. Just like George Floyd got a knee in his neck, Derek Chauvin, Caucasian, Judah, so-called black man. Yeah? But they're also killing the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the 12 tribes. Yeah? When they went to the Americas, who did they confront there? The Tainos and the Belicua and the Mayam, the Israelites. So they're always, these two are going to always be warring. There's going to be no peace with these two nations. You know? Because that's why it said separate them. They shall be separated because they're always going to be fighting. The so-called black man and the white man is always going to be fighting. There's going to be no peace. Read.
And the Lord said unto her, two nations in thy womb,
Right.
and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right, because they've got different mannerisms. They like transgenderism, homosexuality, bestiality, and we despise that. Because why? God said to us, a man should leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. He didn't say go marry another man or a woman. That's why there's two different mannerisms. Their mannerism is different from us. They're from the caves, of Mount Seir and the Caucasus, and we used to dwell in tents. You know?
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, all these people, not only physically, mentally. Who's the one who invented everything? To make this man's society. Got the car, look, they've got the engine in the car. So-called Negroes. We're the ones, the internet, the mobile phone. This is what keeps his society ticking. And who invented it? The stronger one.
Even down to the simple garment, the shoes.
Yeah,
obviously now you've got different textiles.
Jan Melziger made the shoes, the automated shoes. Yeah. And just put it this way, everything. All my man had was the pattern office. That's what he had. So he could buy the patterns and claim that he's the one that invented them. When he's a thief and a robber and a murderer. No, he's a murderer, not a killer, he's a murderer. Yeah? Read on.
And one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Right, so the so-called blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians are going to be stronger than the Caucasians. Putting in the boxing ring, running, even Dr. Ben, academics, we surpass these heathens. Because we're better than them. That's why we're stronger, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Yeah. Much better than them. That's why they aspire to be just like us. Having tanning salons and all that. Why? Why you want to look black? Because you know there's something wrong with your ass, man. You're the oddball, Esau. You know?
And the elder shall serve the younger.
Right, so whoever comes out first is going to serve the younger one. Okay? You know?
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled,
right,
behold, there were twins in her womb.
Right, they were twins. The so-called black man and the so-called white man, they were twins. They come out the same paps. But one of them's red and one of them's got melanin, brown. Got a brown hue. Yeah? Do you know?
And the first came out red.
And the first came out what colour?
The first came out red.
Right, the Bible says the first one came out red.
All over.
All over, red. Like a red devil. Right, all over, right?
Like a hairy garment.
Like the Kermes. The Kermes worm is we used to have the red on the tabernacle. We used to have a red like a goat's
skin.
Yeah, like a goat skin, but they used to dye it with the Hermes or the Kermes worm red. So that's what all over like because it was hairy. It was all over like a red hairy garment. Yeah. Even though he was hairy, Genesis 27:11 says, "I am a smooth man, but my brother is hairy." Yeah. He's there, look. Hairy, caveman. Caveman and cavewoman.
The only reason why there's kind of like somehow
Because they're mixing the other
she's a mix of nations. That's why sometimes you get Jake that hairy now because they have like mixed genes and stuff like that. But
right.
it says here, the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Esau is wasting away. What's wasting away? It's pigmentation. That's why we said, look at the cunning salon. The other day I was driving, when I was on my job, on the slavery, and I drove past the tanning salon, and there's women outside, and it's a nice sunny day, and I had my short sleeves on, and I pointed to her, and I pointed to my arm to show my brand new, and I started kissing her, and she started laughing, you know? You know what I mean? I rubbed it in, you know? Because they got an actual place where they tried to go in there to get brown.
They pay top dollar for that shit as well.
With them lights, but I got it naturally. The Lord blessed us naturally.
It says here, and after that came his brother out.
Right, so it didn't say the colour of his brother. So read that part from the top of it.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 25.
Right.
And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, or Aisha. And after that came his brother out.
Right, so it didn't say the colour of Jacob when he come out, because he was brown like everybody else. It's only the red oddball on the planet when it says his colour. Because it's significant in the Bible about colour. Because people say in the Bible, there is no colour. Yes, there is. It tells you that the Jews are fadar, dark skin, into the brown. Yeah? The Israelites are black, so-called black people. Even though we're not black, we're brown. Read on.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 26.
Right.
And after that came his brother out,
Right.
and his hand took hold of Esau's heel,
Right.
and his name was called Jacob.
Right, so get 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Why did his hand take hold on his heel?
So, I thought I can't understand by itself.
Oh.
That's so
Yeah, some of them lay back like that. I don't know what it is, but some of them like to drive like that. That's accident happening. That's accident waiting to happen.
If someone linked you, you're gonna hit the roof. You're supposed to sit forward, like, so that the belt can restrain you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He break his neck like that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Slacking.
Right, 2nd Ezra, I think it is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Because it said that Jacob first come out and Esau come out after.
Nah, cause I just like to run across the road and like, yo, someone stop that car. It's only because I saw someone's head. Thing.
Yeah, but it would have crashed a long way down there, don't you think?
Yeah.
So we're going to drive there.
It says,
So it's the end of the world.
what was that, 9?
Is that 9? Or is that 6 and 7? So the first Ecclesiastes. No, 2nd Ezra. Ecclesiastes. So the first is. Oh look who it is! Is that, I remember you. Are you still eating steak tartare? Don't worry, the meat's going to be cooked soon, World War III. Them nuclear missiles explode, they burn at 1,000,000 degrees. All food is going to be cooked.
Even your screws.
Captain Tartar.
Even your screws, because I know they're not your screws. It says here, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 7.
Right.
Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
Right.
And when shall be the end of the first
Right.
and the beginning of it that follows?
Right, so what's that talking about? We're talking about the Roman, the Greco-Roman Empire coming to an end. The end of the first, this is the first. And what did it say about the second what coming?
When shall be the end of the first and
Right.
the beginning of it that followeth?
Right, the beginning of that follow. That's what? The Israelites' kingdom forever, even forever. So we're heading there first. Right. First we have to have world war, famines, death and destruction. That has to play out. That's prophecy. Right? We know.
And in verse 8, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 8.
Right?
He said unto me, from Adam unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born,
Right.
of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Right, because it said in Genesis that his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 25, verse 26. And after that, his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel,
Right,
and his name was called Jacob.
right.
And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare him.
Right, so there's the significance of him holding his heel, because we're going to pull them out of power. The same way they took us down, the Most High is going to turn the tables. We're going to take them down. Like it's when our big brother comes, the one they call Jesus Christ, when he comes back, the black guy, by the way, not this demon here, not this demon. This is not Jesus. This is the light. This is the devil. Called Cesare Borgias. They gave us this guy and said, this is Jesus, so we worship white men. In slavery, that's what we did. We used to worship the white man. And today we do worship the white man, especially the black woman. She loves white with a passion. You know what I mean?
Heartfelt passion.
Like we know?
Genesis chapter 25, verse 28.
Like read?
What's that? Verse 27.
Playing that for the kingdom and that.
Oh, I came from there.
Nice little thing shaking there. You're going to put a thong on that and then send that to go and cook.
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Right, and that's another sign that Esau is a cunning hunter. Right? And who does the most hunting? Who puts the duck whistle and douses themselves in deer urine and hides? Esau, because why? He's a cunning hunter, this man. He's a cunning hunter.
Goes climbing rocks, but they give it a fancy name. They call it free climbing. Nah, it's called being an Edom, man. It's climbing rocks for fun. And you think, why they got no harness or nothing? Because that's an Edom, man. Trade. They like. What's that guy?
It's the thrill of it.
He died climbing a thing because he said that what is it? It wasn't. He didn't get any thrills from any safety equipment and stuff like that. So he needed it like and they like to climb, what is it, sheer drops and shit like that, or coves that when you have to climb underneath something and back up. They like the challenge. So he died by liking, what's the word? When it says he was a man of the field. Here we go. It says the boys grew. Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. So Edom, I can't remember the guy's name, but him being a man of the field, I can't even say he took it too far. He just, was just being his natural self. And he died,
he died on
something he loved.
Yeah, he died on the, was it a cliff?
Yeah, he was climbing, I think it was a sheer drop or something like that. Yeah. And he had no harness, nothing.
Yeah, that's him. That's Esau for you.
That's the Edomite straight. They love that stuff. It says here, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Right, so chilling.
Yeah.
Jacob is like, he's very laid back. We're a laid back nation. Yeah? We're not all about rock climbing and free jumping and jumping out of aeroplanes and this stuff is what the Edomites are about. He's a man of the field, can't stay at home.
Paragliding and shit.
Yeah, he does all that.
What's that one, where they wear this like suit, and they jump and they glide?
Yeah.
There's one guy hit the
hit the rocks.
Hit the wall, yeah.
Oh,
and he's flat in it, and he's turning to like, what's the word?
He's so happy. I wish they could all jump out of planes without parachutes and do the same. Hit the rocks. Little diving style. Love on the rocks. Are we done? Leave them. They got a gentleman coming, man. Gentleman's coming for them. Are we done? You go this way, so you can stand up.
Says
What? Otherwise you stand in the power.
No, because my order will be.
Oh, so you stand in the middle.
Yeah, because I still got to battle the cars and
Other side.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, shooting out the side.
Yeah, no, it's just because on the audio I still got like above the what do you call it? It says here, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison.
Right, because Isaac's our forefather and Esau is the so-called white man. Yeah, they call themselves what? Caucasians, as well as of the Caucasus Mountains. Yeah, Johann Blumenbach coined that phrase. Yeah, another Edomite. Read on.
But that doesn't mean that he ate the food, Isaac ate the food raw. It just means that Esau was the one to catch the venison. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, who would cook it? It would have to be
The mother.
the mother, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he weren't eating it how Esau was eating
He's
it.
the cunning hunter, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's the one,
That's some people try and talk
put
some.
the deer urine and catch the deer.
Yeah.
Because he smelled like a deer, isn't it?
Yeah.
A man in the field.
It says, and Isaac loved Rebekah. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
Yeah, because the Israelites are more like mother's boys, isn't it? You know that? The father, either Esau, if you see like the Edomites, they more concentrate on their son. You know what I mean? Remember, their inheritance, they like to give that to their son. But the Israelites are more like mother's boys. You know?
It says here, Genesis chapter 26, verse.
Or grandmother. Because remember, the father would leave and leave with the mother. You know what I mean? And yeah. And the grandmother.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 29. And Jacob sowed pottage.
Right, so Jacob was cooking, because we like to cook our food, we like to cook, bring it together. The best chefs are men, the best cooks are men. Yeah, you read?
And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
That's why he's a man of the field. Esau likes to be established. He likes to go out and climb, rock climbing, jump out of planes. Who's the one who's done all that? The Edomites. We're not the ones who say, all right, let's go up in a plane and put this parachute on us and jump out. That's not our spirit, man. You know what I mean? We like to live, and want to caress woman and all that. And it's about death. He tells you he's a dirty man about death, isn't it? He's about death.
What do they call him? thrill seekers.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah,
Daredevils.
yeah.
They're devils. You know what I'm saying?
They're devils. I like that one. It's like a bit better. They're devils. They're devils. Yeah.
Even roller coaster, you know when you go to the fun fair now, that's not
thrill seekers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They like to scare you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that G-force, you're not supposed to, the human body isn't supposed to be tampering with that.
Yeah.
It'll put certain organs out of
Strange,
place.
yeah. But him, come on, man. He's something else.
Genesis chapter 26, verse 29.
Right.
Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field. He was faint.
Right.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, that the same with that same red pottage.
Right, we just had Captain Steak Tartar walk past, didn't it? With that same red pottage. Because what do they have? They have a French dish called steak tartare, but ain't cooked. So that same red pottage, so they like the meat with the blood in it. Steak tartare, man. Steak tartare. You know?
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage,
That same steak tartare.
for I am faint.
Right, so he said, look, just give me that food, man. I don't care if it's cooked. Just I need to put something in my belly. I'm faint. I'm gonna die if I don't eat something. Don't we, though?
Therefore was his name called Edom.
Right, and Edom comes from the Hebrew word. We got it there. Adawam, what means red.
I think it is a thing.
Yeah?
I mean, I feel.
And what colour are they?
Red.
They're from a pink to a red, a deep red. Yeah? The Edomites, the ones that are ruling today, the Greco-Roman Empire. Right, read them.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
So we done a little underhand thing, because what does Jacob mean? It means supplanter. So we're going to supplant him for his blessing. I haven't got that in my Bible. You get the supplanting scripture. That same red pottage. Read that part again.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
Right.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. At what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Right.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
Right. He sold his birthright.
Oh, for one morsel of food.
No, that's Hebrews 12 and 16. Or is it 9? Got there, Romans?
That's profane.
The phone one is 12 and 16. You can get that if you want. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Start from...
Got steak tartare with friends.
You got it, yeah? You're not going to cook it though, are you? You're going to just add some greens to it, innit? That'll do, innit? Yeah? Remember what I told you? Why? Because you and the animal have the same characteristics, the physiology, to eat raw meat and not get sick.
Snack on that all the way home.
It just
That meat might have been
yeah, just start from there.
Just snack on it before it goes in.
And then you get Hebrews 12, 16.
I don't know.
Start from there. And work your way down.
Romans chapter 9, verse 9. For this is the word of promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, But when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works.
So it's like that, yeah? So read that part again. Start from the top again. We'll break it up into segments.
For this is the word of promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also hath conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
Right, our father, that's a possessive pronoun. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. There's no Ishmael in that. I'm going back and forwards with the Muslims about they're trying to implant themselves in the blessing. But the blessing is for the Israelites, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you know the story, Hagar was cast out because God told Abraham to listen to his wife and cast Hagar and Ishmael out. Give them bread and water.
Yeah, actually,
because they're not the children of the promise.
but
Read on.
And not only this, but when Rebekah also hath conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
Right, so it's telling you that the children didn't even do anything yet. Esau and Jacob, they haven't done nothing, but the Lord said, read on,
that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand.
Right, so he elected. The Lord said, right, I've elected Jacob. Because what do we read in Genesis? The elder shall serve the younger. Right, read on.
Not of works.
Not of works. So they can't say, oh well, it's because Esau didn't give this or Esau didn't give. No, it's not of works. It's what?
But of him that calleth.
Right.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Right, we just said that. That was in Genesis. We read that. The elder is going to serve the younger. Because usually, if the first child comes out, he gets the blessing. If a king wants a son, because he carries on his lineage, and the king, the son, the firstborn is the one what gets the kingdom, gets the seat. But this time, the Most High has done a different thing. Read on.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right, so God said, Jacob I love, Esau have I hated. So people say, well, God don't hate. There's a prime example of hatred. He hates certain people. Nationality of people. Yeah? You know?
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Right, so people like to question God. They're to say, well, why would God do this? Who are we to question? That's what the Lord says. Nay, oh man. I think it's in the same verse. Let's read on.
Yahweh forbid.
Right.
For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Right.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Right.
So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy.
Right.
For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
Right, so the same purpose we raised up the Pharaoh is raising up the Edomites for the same purpose. Let's see what that is.
That I might show my power in thee,
Right.
and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right, so I could ask people, what's the name of God? They don't know, because it ain't been revealed yet, because like it says, his name is going to go out throughout the earth when they call Jesus Christ coming back, and they lays down the law in these nations. His name, Yahweh is going to be exalted. Yahweh Shai is going to be exalted. But now they're calling him Yahweh and Jehovah. That's not the name. You know?
Therefore hath he mercy on whom he hath mercy, and whom he will harden it. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault?
Right?
Or who hath resisted his will?
Right, no one can resist the will of God. The Edomites are trying to distort prophecy. But no one can. What does it say in Isaiah, was it 55:11? So shall my word go out. It shall not return unto me void. So it says the elder is going to serve the younger. And that's what's going to happen. You know?
Thou wilt say unto me, why doth he yet find fault? Or who hath resisted his will? Nay, but O man, who art thou that defiest against Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say unto him that formed it, why hast thou formed me thus?
Right, and that's what the Edomites say. Why does he hate us? He can't hate us, because look, we're ruling. If he hated us, why are we ruling? And why have we ruling for so long? You know?
Hath not the potter power over the clay?
Right, so the Most High said he's got the power to do what he said. He formed all man. He said, I got the power. You ain't got the power. Read on.
Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor,
Right, so-
and another unto dishonor.
Right, so Jacob and Esau, he made Jacob unto honor and he made Esau unto dishonor. And we can see that today working out in the earth. Who's the one that says that a man can leave his mother, his father and his mother and go and cleave to another man? Esau's doing that. Or two women can carpet munch or get married. Esau's doing that. Or you can have a thing called man-lover, boys, association. Yeah? But it goes back to the Greco-Roman Empire. They've always been like that. They've never changed. They've always been like that. Right? You know?
What if Yahweh willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endureth with much long suffering?
And it's long suffering to see these things happen on the earth. Why? Because he gave the earth to us, it was for our sakes, but what did we do? We broke the law, so he said, right, I'm going to take that day, I'm going to put love in it. But not forever, for a dispensation of time. And we're moving rapidly towards that time now, because we're seeing all the prophecies coming to pass. We're in the last prophecies now, where they're talking about that, the microchip, yeah? We've got the famines around the corner, because now they're saying there's food shortages, and that's in 2nd Ezra. Right, read on.
Endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath, fitted to destruction.
Right, so they're fitted to destruction. So drop that, now get Obadiah and hold that. Now read Isaiah. Yeah, because he said you're going to have mercy. Who's going to have mercy on?
It says in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1,
Right?
for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Right, so obviously we're not in our own land. West Indies is not our own land. America, Africa, because they always claim that Africa is, oh yeah, that's the motherland.
And it's a continent as well, it's not even a country.
Right, so we'll hold that then, get Galatians 4:26. Let's see what the motherland is. It's in the Bible.
Obadiah 1:18.
Yeah, hold that. I'm going to bring that in there. Yeah, start from the top.
The book of Galatians,
4:26.
chapter 4, verse 26.
Right.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Right, so Africa is not the motherland. The land, they say, oh, the motherland. Galatians, read that part again.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter
What's it
4,
called?
verse
It's called the
26.
fertile crescent, isn't it? Yeah? Read it.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26.
Right.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free,
Right.
which is the mother of us all.
Right, so Jerusalem. That's the motherland. Right? So go back to Isaiah 14.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1.
Right.
For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob.
So he's going to have mercy on us when World War III culminates with all the missiles exploding and the famines, all that's happening, the pestilence, TV. He's going to have mercy on us because we're his people. That's why they call him Christ. What is Jesus Christ? He is the deliverer. He is the saviour. So who's he going to save? He's going to save the Israelites. These people on this side, the blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. And the scattered. Because in Isaiah 11th chapter, it tells us he's going to go and gather from all the nations, yeah? That's because we're scattered. That was one of the curses in Deuteronomy 28:64. He would scatter us among all nations, and that's why Paul went to all the nations, because that's where we were. Go to the Gentiles. And who are the Gentiles? They're Israelites scattered through the diaspora. It's very easy, the Bible, but it's very hard if you don't understand.
If you don't know it. If you don't know it.
Yeah, you're right. You ain't got the spirit. It's a spiritual book.
There's a lot
no?
of OBI going on in England as well.
It's Satanism, basically.
Satan,
Yeah.
OBI. Plenty OBI.
Yeah. Yes, basically.
Sangaria as well.
Yeah, well,
Basically, all right.
yeah, man. Every time, yeah. I was Gregory Isaac bass player.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your song? The Love One. What was it?
Night Nurse.
Night Nurse. Oh, the pain. See, it's a small world, isn't it?
No, but the thing is, you want to rap him, but he's moving with this thing, right? Instead of doing this sad thing.
No, but
What did you say? What was that last night? The left? The the
Rest of the time?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
There's
Remember that?
some you have to stop to listen to
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. My sheep, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. The rest of the language. So, you can't do that. He's already selected them. He said that
There's a lot of phobia going on in England and keep talking.
Yeah.
So what's the solution?
I just want to say something, you know. That's our people that just you know. They don't want to hear what's the if someone's smart, what is the solution? What's the solution?
You're hearing it right now. Yeah. You're hearing it right now. You want to go on and split and pay the bills.
Can't do that. What we can do is like the Lord said, speak my word and I'll give it increase, you know?
And the thing is, you know, I don't know how long that guy has. I think he has cancer or something.
Oh, okay.
That's why you see him with the cane and thing.
Okay.
He's walking there, he's not well, man. You sit and try to rap to him, try to help him, you know what I mean? But he doesn't want, he's not listening, man.
Clean his blood and clean it.
He doesn't want it.
Yeah.
I would. Precisely. Exactly.
You got the remedy for it.
But he won his thing and this and that.
Yeah.
I actually was going to bring him into the studio because he's an amazing, obviously he's an amazing musician, right?
Right.
I don't want to bring him, right? But mash up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's sad because he could do. Right?
He's good about it.
He could do for himself. It's amazing, eh? You want to help the people. You want to serve in the community. You have the solution. You have the resolution. But they're hard of hearing.
But it's not us, the Lord said it. The election have attained it and the rest are blinded. You're saying that, they're blinded, they can't do that. We can stand there to talk to them in their face, but they ain't going to get it because the Lord said that's still happening to people. Ezekiel 2:7 says, I send you to a hard-headed, granite-headed nation.
Actually, when you said hard of hearing, is to make it is fat.
Right, yeah.
Fat clogs up the artery.
So they can't hear. Most it's terrible. So he loves his people, but he said, look, I have to get rid of some of these. I ain't going through all that 40 years wandering no more. I'm going to get ready on this side. This is a different thing.
Going back in the wilderness, though.
Yeah. He said he's going to take us in the
That's the
wilderness.
virgin, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's going to carry us. So it shows you, even if you get in the chariot, that don't mean you're saved. Because he's going to take you to the wilderness.
To the end.
And he's going to call the ones in the wilderness.
End, isn't it?
Yeah.
To the end.
Yeah, he that endure to the end.
He literally left that.
Shall we say?
It says here, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
Right,
For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob
Right.
and will yet choose Israel.
There he said it, man. Jacob, synonymous with Israel. Choose Israel. You didn't say Ishmael, you didn't say Elam. So how could we all be God's people? And he's telling you, he's having mercy on Israel. He made the other. Oh, so why did he make all the other nations? Yes, he made them to serve his people. Did he tell you that in 2 Ezra 6:54? And he says about the we'll get it anyway, we'll get that one, we'll read that one after. Read that.
And set them in their own land.
Right, so we're not in our land obviously.